Well, one time, the angel, after giving communion to you, mystical communion, he asked you to say the soul of Christ, Anima Christi Sanctifica Me, and you recited that. Where did you ever learn that? How did you know that prayer? Because you were only 12 years old. You must have learned it in school or at home, or did the angel teach you that prayer?
He teaches.
He taught you the prayer.
Yes.
That was a prayer composed by St. Ignatius Loyola at one time.
Yes.
And it is given them sacramentary. And I was wondering how in the world your children learned it at that age. I don't know what it would be in Spanish, but it's Soul of Christ Sanctify Me. You see that as the Thanksgiving prayer after Holy Communion. Fine. Do you remember anything about the death of Father Luis Andreu? Can you tell us? You didn't. He saw the same apparition or ecstasy that you saw, didn't he?
I think he saw the miracle.
And you saw him during the ecstasy,
Yes.
which you ordinarily didn't do. You didn't see anybody but the ecstasy. But that time you saw him too. Do you know, did he speak about that to you afterwards before he died, about what he saw in the miracle?
No, he not saying nothing, but I remember that day I had a rosary. It was Father Luis's rosary, and I lost it during the apparition. And then I said to him, I will ask to the Blessed Mother in the next apparition where the rosary is. And if she tells me, I will get it, give it to you. And he said, you give it to my brother because I not be back.
Is that right?
But I not so much at that time, maybe because I was so young.
Yes, that's
He
right.
just told me that they give it to his brother. And I remember, I think the day after, I was cleaning the church, I think it was Jacinta. And Jacinta's mother got there and she said, we just heard Father Luis die. And then came to me and said, oh, maybe that's why he told me.
And he wouldn't come back.
He will not come back. I just thought that maybe he will not come back a long time. But I never thought it was gonna be, he will never come
So you
back.
think he might have had some presentiment, some foreknowledge that he was going to
He
die?
was gonna die.
All right. Did you know his other brothers? Father
Yes.
Ramon, you knew them.
Father Ramon. The other ones I know them later.
I see.
They went to Guadalajara.
And after his death, you did hear his voice.
Yes.
All of you heard his voice.
Yes.
And did he tell you anything that would apply, that we would like to know, or was it just for his own brother?
Well, one of the things that I remember is he told me to tell his brother that what he was praying for will be granted to him, to Father Ramon, what he was praying
What
for.
Father Ramon was praying for, he would get.
He would get it. So I wrote to him in the same hymn this. I don't know if it was other things, but I remember this thing concrete. And then later on, I found out that what Father Ramon was praying for, it was the conversion of the German man that was a friend, Massimo Fosler. The German man that got converted in Garabandal. He got baptized.
I didn't hear about that. Oh, that German
In the
man.
Bronx.
Furstler. First
Yes.
baptism. Oh, yeah.
That's what he was praying about it. And he was at that time doing spiritual exercise
Retreat.
in a retreat in San Ignacio, in Loyola.
Yeah.
And at that time,
Was there anything at all during the ecstasies that you would particularly remember? Some things they fade out of our memories, but some things are so clear. Is there anything special in those ecstasies that stands out? Was it the appearance of Our Lady, or was it the angels, or what struck you particularly?
I don't know.
When St. Michael appeared, according to the books, it says he was like strong, he was firm, but he was very small. like a 9-year-old boy. Uh, did he look severe, serious, or did he ever smile, or did he listen to the Blessed Mother? Did he look to her, or what? How did he react in those ecstasies?
I really don't remember that, but
Don't remember that at all. The other angel sometimes appeared, two angels. Did they look enough alike to be the same type of angel, or would one look
We
like
used to
Michael?
say que looked twins.
They look like twins, so they're much alike. Did they both have the same color robe? I think it was orange or no, purple. Purple robe Michael had.
Blue. It was
Blue? Was it blue? I love purple and blue, I think. Like your blouse there, your dress. Um, when the Blessed Mother visited you, did she always look pleasant? I think most of the time she must have. She smiled and she talked to you. But did she ever look alarmed or worried about things?
But when she talked about the chastisement,
Then she
and
got serious.
it was like a strong sadness in the eyes, something.
Oh, like that. Do you know, this has been quoted, I don't know correctly, that you know the year of the warning, but you don't want to say what it is. You know the year.
Yeah.
Now, what would happen, this is just a theoretical question, what would happen if that year went by and the warning didn't occur? What would you do? What would you say?
We feel very disappointed.
Would it?
I think I feel more disappointed for the other people.
I see, because they're expecting it and it's not coming.
And
You don't know what time of the year it might come. You just know the year. You don't know whether it's
Within a
spring or
year.
summer or winter. And it is within a year of the miracle, is that right? Within 12 months of the miracle. Where you are not told to keep it a secret, though. You're choosing to do that on your own. You feel that that's what you should do. And there's no possibility that you could be wrong. You're sure that you know the year. Remember, you learned that when you were 12 years old,
Yeah.
and 13 maybe. And you remember that so well. That's good. It must have seemed like a long way off at that time. If it were 1984 or 85 and in 1961, that was 23, 4 years, you know. You must have felt that's way long. Did you feel that way about it, or did you think it was close?
I don't remember how I really felt about it.
Did you and Conchita ever compare dates so that she knows the date of the miracle and you know the date of the warning?
No.
Never talked about it together.
No.
Well, that must be the desire of heaven then. Could you describe what you consider the warning will be like, the warning that you know the year for? Do you think it's an event in nature like a big earthquake or a tornado?
I know the thing that I remember the most is something everybody's going to feel it inside. It is gonna give everybody a sense, a feeling of all the sense, all the sense that the whole God is in feel repentance.
Yes, feel this.
Because they can see so clear how much we hurt God with all our
Really see what a sin does.
Yeah.
God. That's good. One night, I think you described this for me once, when they spoke of the star that was seen going around Carabandal. That's the name of that one book, The Star on the Mountain, that was written by Father Lafreniere. You, I believe, told me it didn't look like a star. Can you describe what that looked like? That light circle around the mountain?
It was like a fire.
Like a fire, yeah. It wasn't a fireball because it went too slowly.
It was just like a, I don't know, just fire.
Just a
It
fire.
looked like a fire.
Wasn't in anything or touched anything. No, like in a tray.
No,
Wasn't it just a fire?
just like a fire. And a lot of people saw this. And then a little bit later, the Blessed Mother appeared. And she told us she was coming in that fire.
Oh, she was coming in that fire. That's somewhat like Fatima, where she came in a big sphere of light. She came over the tree. But it circled the mountain, the fire that you saw.
They came like from down from the mountain.
Came down from the mountain, circled around. Someone in the diary mentioned about the cup is now overflowing. Cup is filling or is overflowing. Did you see a cup, or were those the words the Blessed Mother used, or what did you see?
At the time of the first message,
Yes.
saw a cup. It was drops of blood. It was coming into.
Dripping into it?
Dripping into it.
And
it was getting full.
Yeah.
And she explained to us that blood, it was coming from the heart of Jesus.
Oh, it was. Could you see the heart? Or how did you know that?
The Blessed Mother told us.
Oh, she told us.
So we see the drops falling into a cup
Oh,
and getting filled. It was the explanation she was giving to us about the first message, the one the 18th of October.
do you yourselves feel that when the cup, in the second message, the cup is now overflowing, just what did that mean to you? What did you think that meant? That the cup is overflowing? You didn't see that. You didn't see the blood flowing over the cup.
No, because at the time, I know it was only Conchita who received the message.
Oh, she saw it. She got the message for that. I see. Can you describe what the chastisement, the vision of the chastisement would be like? If the miracles and the warning do not convert people or change the world any, then we're going to get it worse than the chastisement. Have you any idea what that would be like?
I remember just a little bit some of the things that I saw. And the thing that stayed more in my mind, it was like a lot of fire and people screaming and trying to run and get into the water, but like the fire, it was just all over the place.
Do you remember anything special about the mystical communions? Did it feel any different than going to communion in church at other times when you received the angel?
No, I never
Don't remember any difference. They've got in the movie, I think it's Everett's movie, you swallowing the host, it shows the movement in the throat as you swallow it. Did you feel that you were swallowing something?
Yes, I was feeling like it was.
How did the host compare in size with the ones we use at Mass? Now, was it like that, about that thick and about that big?
They look to me exactly the same as the ones that was using at the church at that time.
And you don't remember the last ecstasy as any different from the others. Did you know it was the last time that you would see Our Lady?
I don't remember the last time that I saw her. I only remember the last thing I think it was a communion.
Oh, yeah. Did you have any of the articles kissed by the Blessed Mother, like those that were given to people, crucifixes, medals?
I have a crucifix.
You always had rosaries and crucifix and things like that with you. How did that come about?
I don't remember exactly how it started.
You didn't do that before the ecstasy started, before the apparitions?
No.
You didn't do that. How old were you, how far in school, when you made your first communion? Do you remember?
I think I was 7.
7. So you'd be about first, second grade.
I started school at 5 years old.
You started
in the
at 5.
second
Second grade. And you had 8th grade. You had no high school. You didn't go on to 9th grade or 10th grade.
No.
Not then,
No,
anyway.
no then in Garabandal. We did left. We went to Zaragoza to
Did
school.
you?
And then I went to secondary school in Barcelona.
Oh. How did you get to Zaragoza?
Father Luna.
Oh, for the
Um,
That's where this pillar is.
Yeah, Lelio Fila.
They still bring the children up on Saturday mornings, the little infants, to venerate the pillar.
I don't know if Saturday mornings. I was there last summer. When I went to Spain, I was trying to go to a
Well, I had mass there on Saturday morning, and the two people brought their babies up to the communion reading, and the mass servers took them up to the priest to bless them, and then I think they took them back to kiss the pillar or to touch the pillar too.
And the people still go around to kiss the pillar.
Do you like being in the United States?
Yes.
You like it where you're living in Massachusetts?
Yes, I do. Okay.
Thank you so much, Mary Lily. I know that there might be a lot more questions to be asked, but you've answered them all so many times that it's tiresome.